Hey everyone, just came back from Repticon over in Mobile. Got a few new critters today to add to the collection, make them a part of the family here. And if you haven't been to Repticon yet, it's at the Gulf State Fairgrounds today and tomorrow. Super fun for the whole family. So I recommend you go down there and see what all they have. Now I got a few new critters today, like I was talking about, but before I introduce you to them, I'll kind of recap on everything I already own, so you can see what we have here. We'll start off with a couple of farm projects I'm working on. So this is a temperate green tree frog. So we find these guys here in the southeast, in Alabama and Florida. Got about 6 of them in there, but we're about to move them out and move in some new tenants for this little setup here. These hexagonal aquariums are awesome. They're like 80 bucks at PetSmart, so super cheap compared to your expensive aquariums that are out there. Got a little cricket action going on too, going for them. This one is a green anole farm. So the idea is to get like 1 or 2 males and then 3 or 4 females in the same little habitat together so that they can mate and we can have some babies going on. These are all live plants in both these aquariums too, kind of keep things fresh. It helps the decomposing of the animal droppings and any dead bugs that are in there just kind of get absorbed into the soil. So moving over here into my snake category, this is a albino male hognose. This guy's really cool. They have those upturned noses. I'm cleaning his cage out right now. They've got those upturned noses that helps them burrow. This guy is a lighter color there. His stomach doesn't have any contrasting patterns, and he's got red eyes. I've got some king snakes too. This is a male California king snake. Nice big boy there. He's about maybe a year old. Could be a year and a half. There's a couple months where I couldn't find him because he's such a great escape artist. He got out of his cage somehow while I was on vacation. So it was about a month and 2 weeks that he was missing. We found him again. So not as big as he could be if he'd been eating weekly like I usually feed my king snakes. Over here's a Florida king snake. Got a big girl. She's pretty well hidden right now. She loves getting down on that substrate and kind of hanging out. You'll see over here to the right. So instead of the white pattern that Callie's have, Florida ones have that kind of nice red pattern there. I don't know if you can see it or not. She's black and red. I might just grab her. You can see. There we go. And she's a big girl. She's either the same age or even younger than this black and white California king snake. She'd been at the pet store for a few months before I got her. She's got some cool red pattern. And that's what your traditional Florida king snake looks like. Black and red with a splash of yellow on there. Alright, moving over to the other hognose we have. This is a female. And she's back there in the back. Just moved over in this cage, so she's kind of exploring those new surroundings. Her name is Reese Slitherspoon. Should have been introducing these guys by name. You can kind of see that cool color pattern there. And she has a jet black stomach, because the hognose snakes are the ones that play dead when they feel threatened, and they'll flip that body over, show that exposed underside, and kind of deter predators into making them think they're dead. This is another California king snake. This one's also male. Just got him last night from a young lady out in Florida. She's joining the military soon and is trimming down on her collection, so I was able to pick him up for a fairly good price. He's got a little heart on the back of his head. Just cool. I'll call him Lover Boy. This smaller cage here has another king snake. This is a Florida king snake, and I was hoping this one's a boy so that these two could mate. But getting a look at the tail, I'm fairly certain it's a female. And this one's not albino, it's called a sunblast, so she's got very little black on her, just 2 different shades of red and a bit of whitish yellow on her. Still fairly young there, but she's eating super well. You put something in there, she's going to gobble it up. Very good at hiding. Good job. Good job. Get out of there. Her name's Florida Man. We always see Florida Man on the news, so hoping it's a guy, so that the name will stick. So we got Florida Man, Florida Girl, Snakeskin. The male hognose, his name is Lieutenant Dan, because he ain't got no legs. And that's it? Okay, yeah. That's all I had before. Got a few cages here that some of the new critters are going in. These cages are super cheap at PetSmart. They're like $29.99, whatever, 30 bucks. But it comes with Reptisoil, or creature soil, which is like dirt you could get at Walmart or whatever, just potting soil, but there's no pesticides in it, which is very important for your creatures. So let's see what all we got today. It's an extra cage I have, just kind of grouped them together in. Easier to carry them out of the car. This is yet another California king snake. You see he's kind of got a wishbone on top of his head, so I'm going to call him Wishbone. And I'm actually hoping this one's a female, so I can keep the Callies together and the Florida king snakes together. Keep them in the same species. These are the red-eyed tree frogs. Very cool. These are actually some of my favorite frogs. I love their big red eyes, their red feet, and then they've got blue and white stripes on their sides, right where their ribs are, and it's a defense mechanism for them. If they hold still, and you can kind of see those exposed ribs, a predator might think that this animal's already dead. This one over here has got his eyes open real big. Y'all can see those bright red eyes. Ooh, look at him. Yeah, those guys are cool. They're from the Amazon, from the rainforest. They're not poisonous, not like the dart frogs are. This is a zebra striped tarantula. There you go, you can kind of see those stripes going all up and down his legs. These guys have a pretty moderate temperament as far as handling them goes, which just means to say like that's 50-50% chance of when you go to pick it up and handle it. It could bite you, it may not. Just depends on how the spider's feeling. So it's not super aggressive, but it is somewhat likely to bite you. And they say the bite's like a bee sting. So just keep that in mind. If you're ever handling a spider, if you get a pet spider for the first time and it bites you, you don't want to drop it because their exoskeletons are very fragile and it'll shatter your spider and it'll break it, which of course leads to death. This is a curly hair tarantula, as you can see on the name. These guys are really good first time spider pets because they're not likely to bite you. They've got all those hairs on them, those bristly hairs, and what these guys will actually do is if they feel threatened by a predator, they'll kick those back legs up and start flinging hairs at the potential predator, which will get in the eyes, the nose, the mouth. They're very irritable. That being said, the spider's not very likely to bite you. Okay, and then the last spider I got today, this is a pink-toed tarantula. Nice and humid in there. It could be hard to see. Yeah, these guys have dark hairs and bright pink or white tips on their toes. Hence the name pink-toed tarantula. They don't get very big. They're also very docile. They don't have a whole lot of predators from where they're at in the world. So a good first-time spider that's not likely to bite you. All right, this is an Asian forest scorpion, the giant Asian forest scorpion. We can expect maybe another inch and a half to this one's size. Males and females stay about the same size, unlike snakes where females typically get larger. Same with spiders, where female spiders get larger. These guys are neat. They're from Vietnam, the Southeast Asia area, and if you hold them under a black light, they turn this bright turquoise blue. I might turn the light on for you guys here in a minute so you can see. Not likely to bite you, sting you. It's more likely to pinch, and that's usually just when it's trying to hold on if it's climbing around. This is a desert hairy scorpion. Real mild venom there. As far as their temperament goes, they can sting. Typically, you can tell how likely a scorpion is to sting you by looking at its claws. So this one's got pretty small claws compared to the giant Asian. It's got a nice thick tail there, so it packs a bit more punch with its venomous sting. This one I probably won't be handling a whole lot, maybe once in a blue moon. This one I'll just feed and watch it grow and kind of be a unique experience to watch that. I don't know what they look like under black light either, so I'm going to just keep him aside. See what he looks like. And the last critter we got today is a new Florida king snake. This one's a Mosaic Florida. And they're cool because unlike the sunburst you saw earlier over there with the bright red, this guy's got splotches of red and black on him. So he almost looks like how a mosaic looks. He's saying hello. These guys will eat frozen pinky mice. That's the hairless baby mice. You can get them at PetSmart or Petco, wherever you want to buy them from. Thaw the mouse out, drop it in there, and they gobble it up like hotcakes. All right, here's my black light. Let's turn that on. And we'll see how these scorpions look. Yeah. Baby, lock them doors and turn them lights down low. Okay. So he just kind of turns a brighter yellow. Not as impressive as the turquoise. Reddish yellow / green. Let's see how this guy looks. Oh, he's actually not changing color much either. Alright, so it's actually not a black light bulb, it's just a blue bulb. I'll have to get a legit black light to see that color change. That's neat. Anyways, it's all the new critters today. I'll keep you updated on what we're going to name them and do a final picture of how the setup looks in here. But yeah, it's coming together nice. Got my own little slice of paradise, Steve Irwin style.